Hello everyone. In last few videos we discussed about what is API banking, what is banking and service, and then we have discussed about FDX initiative in USA, how it is changing the way data is being shared from bank and with the third party entities. Now our focus has moved to a different continent, which is Australia and New Zealand. A lot of activity in open banking and service or API based banking is happening in these countries, and I'd start with today with Australia. Australia is one of bigger economies of the world, and a lot of payment activity happens there. So first brief about how I will make these videos on Australia and New Zealand. I'll cover these two countries in at least 4 videos, where at least I would devote 3 videos to Australia and one at least one video to New Zealand. Okay. So let's first discuss about Australia. Okay. Australia, there was a retail consumer survey was done in 2016, and based on that, they found out that in fact, like anywhere in the world, the cash uses is consistently going down. In fact, the cash is being used only for the 37% of transaction as per that survey, and it only comprises of values in that is around 18% of the transaction. Okay. However, that change from cash to electronic mode is going towards the card payment. Okay, and that is one thing. Also, they did one. There was a report on strategic innovation in banking sector, and there the findings were about the current system which is there in Australia. In fact, current system, lot of things are there. A lot of payments or the electronic payments and clearing happens through Australia payment network, which is very much like NACH and NFS. In our Indian scenario, our Indian friend would be able to relate with NACH and NFS, National Financial Switch. And they have Visa and MasterCard obviously works there, and they have a EFT POS, their local card system, which is very much like RuPay in India. Okay, and after that they have a bill payment system which they call BPay, which is more or less I'd say like we say BBPS in India. I'm giving an analogy in India so that our Indian friends can relate it better. And after that, lot of new things have also happened there. But based on that strategic innovation survey, strategic innovation report, there was few findings. They found out that in fact the current way of real-time payment is not actually that real-time. It takes their own some time, and it's not an immediate payment to the parties. And they also found out that out of banking hour payments are for the retail payments, doing retail payments in out of banking hours were not that much possible. The current system of payment, which is direct entry payment, was not carrying that much data for which may be useful. So only 18 characters were allowed there, as well as the payment mechanism. Everybody needed to provide an account number, all those details. That was very cumbersome. Nobody wanted to use that. So in fact, they wanted to come with a certain better addressing mechanism. So our friend in India can relate with her VPA, which very much like. So after that, with these problems or these strategic goals in mind, there came NPP, the new payment platform. Okay, the new payment platform is actually an open access infrastructure which facilitates the real-time payments, and a lot of use cases they have discussed there. I will be discussing those in our next video. Okay, but I would just like to know, like everybody know, that new payment platform is a open access infrastructure through which real-time payments from banks, from governments to individual is possible. And now it has new payment platform was launched in 2018. Okay, and lot of banks are now member there. So the main concept of new payment platform, it is a real-time payment. It's always on, and it provides a lot of important metadata when the payment is being made. And most importantly, it has changed. It has changed the account information or account number requirement to the payment ID. or pay id. Okay, so now Australians can pay and receive payment using pay id as well. It's like a VPA in India, and our Indian friends can very well relate it to UPI. One important distinction I would like to make here: it is not the open banking. Okay, NPP doesn't talk much about opening up the customer data for the third party. It talks more about opening up the banking services for the consumption, for the third party or some other parties which they want to use that for the real-time payment. And it has a standardized data format which I will be discussing in next video. Till then, bye bye, see you.